Hey, hey Matt, good evening. How are you doing? How was your day today? Oh, hey CSX 2608. Oh, that's cool. That is awesome, dude. Congratulations. Oh, glad to hear that, Matt. Nice. So you starting to get ideas for how you're going to do your layout there, Matt? Excuse me. Yeah, it's always nice to think and dream about it, though, and always, look at things and kind of say, hey, this might look good for what I want to do. I mean, it's never too early to plan, in my opinion. Nice. That's good. It gets those imagination, those thought juices flowing. Yeah. They start at T and work its way up. T Z N H O O on 30 double O S G gauge. Oh yeah, lots of them. It's like, oh, what was that commercial? The Lay's potato chips. You can't just have one. You want all of them. That's how I feel. I mean, hell, if I was rich, I'd be having one of every day, just about. I got my yellow train started here. It's all, all the yellow ones there. Yes. Insane in the brain. I know, right? I mean, having, you know, one of each gauge, you know, your little tabletop T and Z sets, and then your little bit bigger tabletop N scale, and then HO, and then go with double O, and then on 30. Oh yeah, keep building it up. You know, I actually, when I was talking with Mr. Steve last year, I'm like, you know what? I should put a G gauge runner along my backyard railroad. We had a good laugh about it, but then it kind of turned serious. So, right? Hey everybody, don't be shy, say hi. Nice. Have you ever seen the miniature videos? The one, it's the miniature land or whatever in Switzerland, I think it is. But it's this huge freaking just big layout. It's got an airport with planes that actually fly. It's got trains that run all over the place, people moving, you know, riding bicycles and cars. And just so huge. It's like in a, I think 75,000 square foot building or something. Just, oh, it's really cool. You get a chance, look it up. Oh, wait till you see it, man. My eyes about bugged out of my dang head just looking at it. Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other videos, a lot of other layouts. I mean, oh my gosh, that's like I want that. I want that. You know, I want to do that or that. You know, a lot of things they did is really cool. Like I can't stop talking about Pop's train room. I I love his layout. It's just so dynamic. It's all over the place, but everything comes alive. Each scene comes alive, and it's so amazing. Welcome all new viewers. Don't be shy. Say hi. Talk about trains or whatever. Mainly trains though. I forgot my drink. I'll be right back. Hey, Trackmaster Train. Thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I usually switch the position of the camera like every 30 minutes or so because it's such a big layout. I can't get everything all in one shot. I think maybe next year I'm gonna set up maybe another camera or two and, have like maybe 3 cameras. I don't know, what do you think? Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, I figured I'd move the camera to the other side now a little bit. It is. I go back through and I watch some of these live streams, and yeah, it's pretty it's pretty cool. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody viewing. Thank you very much. Hope everybody's enjoying this live stream of Saturday night train running. Where it's probably about 3 degrees in my garage right now. It's a cold night. So I'm out having fun running trains with everybody else. And I appreciate everybody joining me. If you got a question, put it down there in the comments. You know, you like an angle you like. You know, you want to see the whole layout, I'll give you a tour. Just put it down there in the comments. I know, right? Well, I did go out and get me a new, no, actually the wife got me a new torpedo heater for the garage. I use that after I get done plowing the driveway and the road and stuff. I use that now to warm up my tractor. So I can melt off all the snow and ice and everything that's built up. And then the other day I left it on, I just forgot I left it on for like an hour. And it actually felt like it was 55, 60 degrees in my garage. I mean, it was the warmest I've felt it since summer. And of course that heat came upstairs, so it was a little warmer up here the other night. Unfortunately, I'm out of propane right now. I gotta go tomorrow and go get some. Inspect this a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is. I normally have 6 filled at a time. I have 6 20-pounders, and I usually take those all in and get them filled at the same time. Unfortunately, with me doing extra things to help my mom out and stuff, I've just been forgetting, and I've been taking like 2, 3 at a time. So it's that forgetfulness and old age thing, I guess. Oh, those are nice. Mr. Buddy heaters, those are nice. I got one for camping that I use in the fall when I go down to White Creek. Those things kick out some heat. Nice. It's always good to have, a couple different heaters. I used to actually have a wood stove. Actually, it was a wood furnace out in this garage at one point. I'd have to stock up like 30, 35 cord of wood a year between the house and the garage. But, oh my gosh, it was worth it. I get that thing so red hot. I could get it up to like 75, 80 degrees, and it would be -5 outside. It was awesome. And it was huge. I mean, you could literally, I could go in it. I mean, I could fit myself in it. It was so big. I mean, that thing chewed up on a really, I don't know if you call it a good year or bad year, but that thing would go through 15, almost 20 cord a year, just me using it in the garage. And that wasn't an everyday thing either. But it definitely kept everything warm. Yeah. Well, I have a fireplace inside the house. Unfortunately, I can't use it right now because I have to replace a couple things to it. And I have to get a new brush for the chimney. And I haven't brushed the chimney out in about 2 years. So I figured I wasn't going to use it this year just in case. Unfortunately, this year I have just been so busy. I don't think I ever caught up with anything from last year. I don't even think I cut 1 cord of wood for this year. Or this winter. That's a little bit better. Oh yeah? Still running, huh? That means the guy's taking good care of it. What gauge was that? Remember? Right on. Do you remember what gauge it was, though? Oh, sweet. Cool. I watched quite a bit of HO and O lately, and you know, I see a lot of guys they're running a lot of conventional locomotives. They're running Lionel Legacy and stuff like that, but a lot of people seem to be sticking with the conventional locomotives. Right, I bet. I would be too. I love to watch train videos, any type. I don't judge, you know, by layout or whatever, or how many locomotives or cars they have. You know, I mean, it's a train set. It's what you want it to be. It's your layout. If you wanted a 4x4, make it a 4x4. If you wanted a, you know, 25 by 12 or something, you know. Right. I mean, trains are, everyone is unique, everyone is different. Every car is unique, different, you know, every rail line. The way somebody designs something, you know, it's just, it's so amazing to see what people have out. And lately I've noticed a lot of people are going live when they're running trains. And that's a good thing. I'd like to see that. I'll jump on, give them a like, say hi. You know, because I think seeing it run live is a lot different than seeing it from just the actual video. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Matt. Oh, I love my little layout. It'll keep growing later on, but you know, after I add a few more things, after I get the snow down, get the people in, get the some of the docking bays in and stuff, and the other buildings that I want to put in. Oh yeah, next winter when I do running, oh, it's gonna be a lot better. I'm gonna do updates throughout the spring and summer when I work on it. But I know by winter of well, basically next November, December, my layout should be a lot fuller. And hopefully I'll have a, you know, brand new transformer by then. One transformer to rule them all. Oh, I know. I've been biting at the bit. I was out yesterday. My daughter had to have her oil change, so she had to take the bay up where my tractor was. So I decided to go do some work on the road and in my yard and whatnot, or driveway and stuff. And I went over to the farthest point I could with the tractor, put the tractor in park, whatnot. Climbed a big snow mound just to get to the tracks, and I'm trying to find the tracks, and you know, they're buried underneath 4 feet of snow. I need about 100,000 heat, you know, dryers, air dryers. It's just to get it gone. Or a crap ton of propane. Like I keep saying, I'm hoping this year I can finish that extra 400 feet, ballast it, camper it, everything. Get that switch put in, and just start running it. I don't think I'll have the engine house put in this year though. I might have the track run to it, but I might not have it built. Oh yeah, it has before. It's usually sometimes it's taken till the middle of June to melt. I mean, if it's mostly melted, I'll go out there and start shoveling it off the rails and everything. And if I know that there's no bad weather coming in or anything, I'll just put the locomotive outside with the flat car and cover it up with a tarp. Usually that's where it stays all summer, is on the track. Yep. Yep. Well, now that I got the bigger tractor, when a lot of the snow is melted, because when I go through the back part of my property, I have to take one of the side roads here, called First Avenue, and I got to take that to the back part of my property because I don't have a trail to get to the back part of my property with the new tractor. So I got to take that road and whatnot, but I got to make sure all that's kind of melted before I can go back there, because I don't keep that plowed out. Yeah, I'm so excited to get started on that backyard railroad again this year. I gave myself 10 years to get where I'm almost at. And so far, it's only taken me 5. So, I'm kind of ahead of the game right now. If anybody wants to know about the Backyard Railroad, check it out. I have videos on there on the YouTube channel there about building cars. Shows you my whole outdoor railroad, what I'm building, and what I built so far. I've done 98% of it myself, but I've loved every second of it. To me, it's not work or a job, it's fun. Yep. Oh, definitely. You know, once you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. It might not be right now, but if you stick with it, you can achieve it. You know, I seriously never thought in a million years I'd be doing a backyard railroad. Granted, it was a lot of talk between me and my dad and some friends and whatnot. I never thought it would happen because I thought you had to be super rich to build one. You don't. You can do it on a budget. I mean, seriously, I have, and I'm going to be honest with everybody right now. I have, let me count this out real quick. Me personally, into the backyard railroad, I have maybe $5,000 total. Oh no, sorry, $6,000. $6,000 total. I did not buy the locomotive. That was purchased for me by my mother. But everything else I've done on my own, and I never thought I could do it for such a low price. But I did know people where to get the track and all that, so that kind of helped out a little bit. I mean, when you can get track for $1 a foot, yeah, I jump on that. Ooh, that drink went down hard. Oh, that hurts. Ouch. Yeah, it was the year after my dad had passed away, and she had sold the house that they had lived in, and with some of the money from the sale of her house, she wanted to get me that, so I could have it. And oh yeah, I love my mother. I'll do anything for my mother. She's basically all I have left out of my family. I don't talk to my brother and sister anymore. I try to take care of her the best I can. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it was awesome. I took her down to White Creek with me when we went and picked it up. The guy drove. We got it from Mike's Rail Cars. He's based out of North Carolina, and he makes this locomotive called the Subaru. And it's a cute little. I mean, this thing is so awesome. I love it. I love this locomotive with everything I have. It's not very powerful. The most that I've done, the max I've put on that locomotive was 10 cars and 2 people, and she was kind of struggling to go up some hills, so it's not the most powerful thing, but she gets the job done. So, but yeah, he drove it to White Creek. I met him there. We took it out for a spin, and I brought it home. Of course, all the details I've added myself, the numbers, and then the horn. I love that horn. I do have plenty of video of that horn. Hey, when you see it, you'll know why. But yeah, I could talk about that all day. Sorry, it was put on the carpet there. I put my phone on the charger. Mr. J does. Uh, the other two, not so much. Uh, they have helped out a little bit. When I did my first 80 feet of track, my youngest would come out, and after I would lay the balance, he would start tampering. So, for the first 80 feet, he helped out a lot, and then after that, it just kind of dropped off. But they both are in college, work full-time jobs, so I don't, hold it against them. Hello, Pavan. Ramye Q3. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. Hello. But I mean, they do when they can. I mean, I guess when they feel like it anymore. I barely see my daughter anymore since she went off to college, university. So my youngest is still around. He goes to community college. So, and Mr. J, well, he's one of them bosses that you'd never want to work for. No, I'm kidding. No, he's awesome. He helps out when he can. But none of them help out with the O gauge here. I actually like to kind of do this on my own. The only time I need help is if I'm actually on the layout itself up here having to do something. Having somebody hand me a tool is nice instead of getting up and down all the time. And boy, that's hell on the knees at 46. So... It's like the other day when I cleaned all the track. I wish somebody would have been up here to hand me towels and stuff, because I had to, every, 40 inches of track, I had to get a new t-shirt cloth, because there was just so much oil buildup and stuff. So, I don't know, after the second time I got down, I finally learned, I'll just take a pile up with me. Right. Alright, I got a question for everybody that's viewing. I want to change out the sign in this building right here. It's been there for a while, so I want to get rid of it. Now, I got a few here I want to replace it with. I got the Depot, Goodyear, AC Delco, or Chicago Northwestern Car Shop. Let's write down in the comment which one you think I should put in. So I'll leave it up there for another few more seconds. And yeah, there's the Depot, Goodyear, AC Delco, and Chicago Northwestern car shop. Sorry, it's the car shop, not show. I apologize. Alright, well, I got one Chicago Northwestern car shop. Sorry, my hands are cold. It's cold out here, keeping them out of my pockets. Oh, the Depot now? You changed your mind? The Depot? Sorry. You got the Depot, the car shop, Goodyear, and AC Delco. Well, I can't put two in one. I mean, it doesn't work. It only fits one at a time. One at a time. Now, if I had two buildings, then I could put two. Oh, that's nice. I don't know. Some of these buildings, I'll have double of them no matter what. I already have double of the seating feed, which is really cool, though. The car shop. Okay. So I got one for the car shop. I'll put them back up for another few seconds. Put down in the comments. Let's say, get, there's 4 here. Let's get, unanimous vote on something. We got the Depot, Goodyear, AC Delco, and the car shop. Chicago Northwest. Put it right. Oh, that was good, man. That was good. Oh my gosh. So far I got one vote for the car shop to change the name on the freight building right here. I'll put these back up another time. I'll just give it this last time. If I don't get another one, I'll go with the car shop. I got the Depot, Goodyear, Delco, and of course the car shop. Which one should I replace the Union Pacific Freight Depot with? There, I got one for Goodyear. What do I think about what? So I got one for car shop and one for Goodyear. Oh, which one do I want? I want one of these 4. I can't choose. That's why I'm having you guys choose for me. These are the 4, I just can't, I can't choose on which one I want. Like I said, yeah. So. So, and if we can break the tie between the car shop and Goodyear, bad year. If I had one that said bad year, yeah, that definitely would have been my first choice. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I still like them both. I don't have a favorite out of either. So we got between Goodyear and the Chicago Northwestern car shop. I'm going to replace that one with one of these. And I can't decide which one. Put the Goodyear up? You gonna switch yours to Goodyear then? Alright. Well, I guess we got the Goodyear freight station there. Ta-da! And now it's replaced. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. And Donald Thompson, appreciate it. Thank you very much for your vote. So we got the Goodyear Depot. Perfect. You know, now that I'm seeing it, yes, that was that was a really good choice. Best choice. Something about the yellow that pops out, you know. Oh yeah, I already got a couple JK&M Railroad ones in the works. I got my youngest designing them for me. The mouse is here. Unfortunately, I'm not following on that one, Matt. Oh, okay, no, okay, I see what you're saying, that it's names of signs. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing from what you said a little bit ago. Yeah. Well, I also, of course, a funny one stop shop. You know, I was thinking about going old school. Excuse me. Dang, this cold is really getting me. I was thinking about making some older signs, like Kmart signs, Woolworth, Big Wheel, KB Toys, Toys R Us, Radio Shack. Some of the older places, give them a building, give them a newer building, you know. Let them be a part of the layout. Wait, which one was? One Stop Shop? I should say. I just turned up the Pennsylvania Road, made it go a little faster. Alright, I gotta step out for a few minutes. Enjoy the video. Matt, would you mind doing the honors again, man? If you're still on. Being moderated. Alright. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. As always. Man, it feels like somebody turned the AC on extra low tonight. Wow. This reminds me of the one night I was doing a live stream and it was extra cold out. And the drain did not want to work. Oh crap, I better knock on the wood. Okay. Hey, you were here holding on the fort just in case. I do appreciate that. I never know. I don't get too many commenters or regular commenters, but commenters actually in general. You, Bree, and a couple others. But outside of that, I might on the occasion get like a high or something. No, it's a very big help, man. I do appreciate it. Well, you helped out the other night when Tara popped on. You greeted her and everything, and that was awesome. Yeah, probably a lot of people are, and that's fine. I know I was. I mean, I still am to a certain point. Right. Sometimes I wish there could be some kind of like voice communique, but then you gotta watch people talking over people and stuff like that. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. By the way, JK&M Railroad now has a Gmail. What I'm going to be doing this year is I'm going to be having cerebral palsy stickers printed up and some JK&M Railroad stickers printed up, and I will be giving them away. Right. And I will be giving them away after I get them in, one per household. But that's why I got the Gmail set up, because I'm gonna start doing that kind of stuff this year, to basically thank all my subscribers, viewers, commenters, likers. It's just a small little token of me saying thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this hobby. And there's no cost to anybody. It just all goes out snail mail. So I just put a stamp on it and it'll go out, because they'll just fit in an envelope. But like I said, I want to give back to everybody who has helped me with this channel. That's every like, that's every comment, that's every share, that's every talk about a whisper at work or whatever. Without you guys, I would have never kept this channel going. Seriously. I think I probably would have scrapped it after 6 months. But right away I started noticing, a lot of people liking it, so I kept going, and it keeps going, and I love it. And it just goes to definitely truly show that this hobby is not dead. It is very well alive. It is very well kicking. And people love it. It's not. Yeah, you call it old school. I call it the OG. I call it, not, going back in time or anything. Just, I don't know. I'm at a loss of words, but that's how much I love it. I mean, that's how much it means to me. That's how much I'm so glad to put this content out there for you guys. I'm glad you're here, Matt. I really am. I'm so glad you found it too. You're a big part of this channel, and you have been. You comment a lot, you talk a lot. It's awesome. I've never. This is the first time I bonded kind of with people over the internet type thing. In such a big social degree. And I'm not one for a lot of social media. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, and that's that's what I like. And if there's gonna be a silent moment, there's definitely silent moment. I'll let you guys just listen to the train, whatever. I'll communicate when you guys communicate, because like I keep saying, it's about the trains. It's not about me. It's about the trains. But I'll let anybody know anything about this layout, what I have, what I've done. I'm not afraid to share all my information that I have, because information is free. It should be free. How-tos and DIYs and all that. It should be free. Because there are a lot of people out there that can't pay for somebody to come to your house and do something or work on your car. That's why all these people out on YouTube and everybody who don't charge for their videos or do a Patreon to see the better videos or whatever, major props. They're doing a major in-service to so many people. Again, thank you to everybody. Yep. Yep, that they do. from last night when we were talking to Briggs Canyon. I am getting pictures rounded up. Um, I'm putting them in. I'm gonna put them in like a little collage short. I'm starting to figure out how to do that. Of some of the first ever pictures of the backyard layout, or the backyard railroad. Well, thank you, Matt. I'm glad to be here for everybody. I mean, if you enjoy trains, you know, of any gauge, you know, stop on by, check out the channel. Yeah, some other people are. I like to try to keep it a little upbeat and funny, relaxed, because it's a relaxed atmosphere here. You know, nobody should fear anything. Nobody's gonna get judgment from me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You will not get judgment from me. Because I'm a trainiac. Okay, I won't do that again. My crazy time is over with now. It's something that's kind of been stuck in my head today, because I heard what was that Flashdance song, Maniac. She's a maniac. So I just figured I'd transfer that over to, you know, I'm a trainiac. Woohoo! PBR! Right now I'm drinking cherry Pepsi. But, cheers, Matt. And I figured out which locomotive set I'm going to get from Menards next month. And I'm going to get the Rock Island doubleheader set. I wanted to get something that, you know, that I don't have. Huh. It's beautiful set. It's got a power locomotive and it's got a dummy with it. A dummy locomotive. Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to start adding a few more locomotives to my list, or my shelving over there. I also need to get bigger shelving units too. I want to go out and give me some more cars this year as well. Some more flat cars. I think I got enough box cars for a while. No, I can never have enough box cars. I love them. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'll probably be doing that late summer. Because as soon as and I gotta be real with myself, as soon as all the snow's melted, I gotta work on those 3 sheds that caved in this winter. That I had to kind of rig just to hold up for the winter. I mean, I gotta replace the roofing, the crossbars and all that, the main support beam. So that's gonna take a big chunk out of my spring. And then working on the backyard railroad, that unfortunately it does take a back seat to like the sheds and some other things. But I still feel optimistic that I'll get it done. You gotta keep that good outlook, right? Well, actually, I just need to get a bigger shelf. There's room for a bigger shelf over there. And then I still need to get stuff out because I had a garage sale last year and I'm going to have another one this year, or a yard sale. And I got a lot more stuff that I got down from the little attic space that we built. That's going to go out for the yard sale this year. So I definitely plan on making more room this year. Definitely a big goal. Fully charged. I'm going to go ahead and get a different view now. Let's see here. Oh, and I found out today how I can run my Menards two-line locomotive with my conventional transformer there. The one just on the other side of this building right here, that one right there. All I have to do is put the locomotive on the track, turn the remote on, turn the transformer all the way up to the 18 volt max, even though this one only pushes out like 17.4 volts. And then I can use the remote. I saw that on Toys, Tips, and Tricks on YouTube. Good channel. A lot of helpful repair and ideas to do a lot of stuff with trains. Yeah, so I don't have to unplug the conventional and then plug in the one from Menards, the power track. I can just leave the conventional plugged in and still run it. So and it's actually a lot faster than the Menards power track. So that's even better. But I'm still having problems with it lagging. I don't know why, but it's still having problems getting around the track. I've been chasing power drops on the track. Apparently I had a lot more than I thought. So, and I'm still working on it. A lot of track out here. Right? Oh, definitely. I'm grateful for that channel. That channel helped me out actually quite a bit with this layout. I just don't keep up with all the videos, unfortunately. So I'll go back through, skim them and whatnot, see what's good, or what I think would be good, for what I need to know. And then sometimes I'll just click on one just to watch it. Actually, yeah, I do believe I know why that stopped. I think it's just because of the track itself. It's an older section. It's from the first stuff I ever got, and it was rusted and a little corroded when I got it. And I think what I'm going to do is just I'm going to switch that piece out probably tomorrow when I get up here and work on it. But there's that place, and there's actually 3 other spots that I'm going to replace with brand new track, and I'm hoping that's going to solve the problem, because I did run Thomas earlier, but it was still that same exact spot. So, and then I had to go take care of some things running in town and cross track, so I didn't even get to that today, which I wanted to. I'll show you that section real quick. Right here, I'm going to turn the light on real quick. It's this section, and you can tell this is a brand new section of curve. That's a brand new section of straight. That little section there that I have, see how it's been painted on, but there's rust on there. And of course, they're not connected fully right now because I don't have everything screwed down, but he always stops there. I'll have all this tight and everything, but it still stops right at this junction. So there's a power line going to this one. It's down there. Right where it goes straight, there's a power supply that goes there to the transformer. So there's power that runs because every power spot you run on a track can go up to 6 feet. So 6 feet this way comes back, it actually goes back here. So it's not from a power loss or anything. Plus I got one right here. So it's within 6 feet of both of them. So it just, I don't know. It is a little sore spot. And then I have this one over here. This one right here. So this is an older one. So, and I've tried polishing that thing up, but there's just no polishing them up. You know, once they start corroding, you really can't keep them from corroding anymore. Okay, sorry about all the jostling. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is make a brand new. I got these 30-inch long sections here. And I'm just going to cut those down into the sizes I need. And if I need more feet, these things right here, I'll just take them off the other sections and slide them on. I use what I got until I can get more, and I do. I mean, actually, I don't need any more track. Only when I go to the upper level, the trolley level, then I'll need more track. And that, of course, will be all brand new. And the only things that will go up there are the trolley and the hand cart that I have. The elf hand cart from the Polar Express. Well, that's one thing I'm hoping to work on this fall. Is work on that upper level. I want to get a little bit of this down here done first. I want to get the snow blanket in, get some more people, get some more trees. I am gonna probably do right here at the edge. I'm gonna do like a little mountain scene. So that'll be right here at the edge. Found a cool little technique for that using that spray foam, insulation foam or whatever. So I think I'm gonna probably give that a go and see how that works. And then I'm hoping to put in a little carnival right there in this spot. I want to put a little carnival in there. right, Matt. You have a good night too. Thanks for stopping by again tonight. It was a pleasure talking with you. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Thanks again for sitting in there for me. Being moderator. Appreciate it. You take care. Be safe. All mine, man. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, I appreciate it again, I really do. Definitely great talking with you. Hello, Strasburg number 90. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate it. everybody's enjoyed the Saturday evening running of trains. Check out my other videos on the L gauge layout and my 7.5 gauge backyard railroad that I have. So my whole layout that I'm doing of that. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a good night. Like, subscribe to the channel. Everybody be safe out there.